Welcome back to the Health Longevity Secrets Show with your host, Dr. Robert Lufkin. His new book, titled Lies I Taught in Medical School, is now a New York Times bestseller. See the show notes for a link to download a free chapter. And now, please enjoy this week's episode as we look at how beef can be healthy with Yuda Holzberg and John Engelson.
What if your healthy snack could support both your body and the planet? This week, tune in as Yuda Holzberg and John Engelson, two pioneers of the world of grass-fed, pasture-raised kosher beef snacks, join us to unravel the mysteries behind your favorite meaty treats. With a promise of uncovering the nutritional treasures of beef as a low-carb, high-protein powerhouse, we get to tackle the realities of modern meat production and the pressing need for both transparency as well as sustainability. So whether you're a committed carnivore or just a plant-based eater curious about sustainable practices, this episode promises insights that will change the way you think about your food. We get to discover the stark contrast between pasture-raised grass-fed beef and its conventional grain-fed counterpart. We learn how giving cattle a natural environment not only enhances the omega-3 fatty acid content of their meat, but also improves overall human health. We'll share our personal journey to cleaner eating, including a commitment to providing snacks free from harmful additives. By exploring the principles of regenerative farming, we paint a holistic picture of how these methods contribute to producing nutrient-dense, safer food options for everyone. This episode is sponsored by Cyfox Health. One of the most common questions I get asked is which blood tests I check myself on a regular basis. Well, I check 17 biomarkers, but the secret is I'm able to do everything from the convenience of my home. I collect a sample with just a simple finger stick like this. You don't need to be a doctor to do it. Then I just mail it in and wait for the results. Cyfox Health makes it possible. Use the link below to get 15% off. I'm Dr. Robert Lufkin, and I'm inviting you to start the new year with a healthy reset. Periodic fasting is one of the most powerful and beneficial lifestyle choices we can make to support our overall health and well-being. Please join me for the prolonged January fasting challenge as we embark on a 5-day fasting mimicking diet together. Yes, I'll be doing it too with you, the week of January 5th. I'll guide you through the process, providing tips, encouragement, and support every step of the way. It's the perfect opportunity to refresh your body and mind after the holidays and set the tone for a healthier year ahead. Let's start strong and do this together.
And now, please enjoy this week's episode.
Hey, John. Hey, Yuda. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Dr. Lufkin.
Hey, doctor. Great to be with you.
Oh, it's an honor.
Please call me Rob. And I'm so excited today about talking about beef and the beef industry and all the things there. But let me just say to the vegan portion of our audience, and there is a portion of our audience who are vegan, just like there's a portion who are strictly carnivore and don't eat plants. You may want to pay attention to this also, not only for your friends who happen to eat meat, but also a lot of the principles we're going to cover about organic farming, essentially, and regenerative farming. The same caveats apply in a lot of ways to the way vegetables are grown today and fruits. So stick around if you want. But I'm real excited about what we're going to talk about. I think it's going to open everybody's eyes. But before we do, maybe you guys could just take a moment, and this is the first time you've been on the program. Just tell our audience a little bit about your background and how you came to be so interested in this exciting area.
All right, John, you or me?
Go ahead. You start. I'll take the baton, my friend.
All right, you got it.
You're one of the founders of the company, so I got to give you the kudos.
No, this is a very beautiful journey, very beautiful opportunity to be here with you, Dr. Rob. It's an incredible opportunity to say the story a little bit and to really share a little bit of what this is all about.
Great.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just getting something with my charger.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I mean, John, we'll bring John back in, but just to continue the thought now, we're going to talk about beef, and meat is very healthy. It contains all the micronutrients we need, and it's, in a lot of ways it's an ideal food. But you can be healthy eating a vegan diet if you just watch your micronutrients and make sure you get all the supplements. But with beef and meat, it's not always that straightforward, and because today meat is raised certain ways that can cause it to be less healthy, and I just want to go into that a little bit and explore some of those things. And John, before we do that, John, do you want to say a little bit about your background?
Sure, my pleasure. So, hello everybody. It's great to be with you, Rob, Doc. I'm from Los Angeles. I grew up in Westwood, right near UCLA. And I come from a family of physicians. My father was a professor of medicine at USC also, part-time later in his life. And so my whole family were doctors. I was pre-med at UCSD. And after my first quarter, I kind of just went AWOL. And I ended up in economics. But in my mid-20s, I had a misdiagnosis from some of the major, I guess, one of the best doctors in the world in Beverly Hills, et cetera. And after that, I kind of changed my life and my direction. And it opened up a new way for me to learn about alternative medicines, and I just sort of been doing this ever since on the side. I mean, I've been in business, and I founded a company in 1990 called You Are What You Eat. And we were dedicated to put health and nutrition products into schools, and we ended up doing that and putting it also in more of the mass market. And we built it to an Inc. 500 fastest growing company in 1998, and I had about a 12-year run. But I've been in the space. I tried to learn homeopathy, herbal medicine, diet, nutrition, and I feel that by not going to medical school, one of the benefits was that I didn't get locked in a particular corner of education. And I believe in my mantra of health and nutrition is 2 words, and that are what works. Some things work better for some people, some things other. We take information, things change all the time. Sometimes people, because we're so different and we're made with certain proclivities, that some things work for people, some things don't. But we definitely have general information that we can give people that is correct and good, and we try to do that and see what works. And then I went into consulting and helping other companies with this message and with this mission. And I've been with Joburg for about a year now, and helping them get into this space of particularly the keto, carnivore, paleo, protein, low carb audience, and take advantage of the beautiful people that we've met, so they can take advantage of our beautiful, excellent products. So that's a little background and a little history, as fast as I could.
Thanks, John. So beef is, as you say, it's a great low carb choice because there's really very few carbohydrates in beef. So it contains protein and fat, which are the required macronutrients. We'll die without those, and it omits the in a lot of ways the harmful ones, carbohydrates. So it's a great choice that way for eating. And now, what with modern options for eating meat and beef in particular, what are the pitfalls that people have to watch out for? Can you just order anything off the shelf, or are there certain, we mentioned some of the words like organic or regenerative or pasture-raised, or what do those things mean?
So, Yuda, want me to
No,
jump in that one?
this is you. You go. I'll
Oh,
fill in
okay.
after.
Yeah, sure.
For
So look, you know, um, there is an issue with sort of the industrial complex, of meat. It's again, the negative. I love the free market. I think it's an incredible thing. The challenge is that for companies to make more money, they have to cheapen their product. This is how life works, and this is an unfortunate thing. And in America, we have this concept. We got to make more money. We got to make more. So how do you make more money? If you have a cow that's 2,000 pounds, or you have a cow that's 2,500 pounds, you're going to make more money on the $2,500 pound cow because you have more to sell. Now, how do you fatten up a cow? By giving it grains and other hormones, other things that can fatten up the cow, and that cow ends up growing bigger and has much more to give, so to speak, in volume. But what it does is that you are what you eat. So what the cow is eating, it becomes part of the cow. So the benefits of all the nutrition that's in beef, which there's so many, from B vitamins to the protein and other vitamins, etc. The benefits get kind of, I don't want to say red light, because I don't want to, people can't always get what we would call pasture-raised, grass-fed meat. So you're still getting benefit for sure, but you're getting also some of the negative aspects, is because you are what you're eating. So if the cow is eating the hormones or the grains that have possibly glyphosate and other pesticides and things in it, so that you're again ingesting something that is not as pure as it could be. So what we're trying to do is bring out products that are pure, clean, pasture raised, meaning the cows are grazing in grass, and that's how a cow is meant to be, and in its natural state, and then feeding them what we call, again, grass fed, not grain fed, and without hormones, and we're getting the ultimate nutrition and from the cow without some of the negative side effects. So that's really, in a nutshell, what we're talking about.
So let me see if I can summarize then. So obviously hormones will increase can cause the cow to grow. It will be cheaper to sell the meat. So hormones can be used. And the problem is that the hormones, obviously we don't want to eat extra hormones in our food because they can have all sorts of problem effects with us. So we want to avoid the hormones. And then the grain feeding is something that, again, it saves money. Corn and soybeans are subsidized here in the United States, so they're artificially cheaper. And then feeding cows this grain, again, fattens them up. It lowers the cost of the meat. But then you're saying the problems with the grain, things like glyphosate, weed killer in the United States, and also high omega-6,
Correct.
seed oils, that the cows themselves aren't eating the seed oils, but if they eat a high grain diet, then the meat becomes a high omega-6, and it's as if you're eating the seed oils on
Correct.
top of it. So if I understand you correctly, then what you're saying is what you guys do is pasture raised instead of grain raised. So they eat normal, like grass from the pasture. And I hear an expression too, maybe you could just clarify this a little bit. Sometimes people talk about grass raised or grass finished. What's the difference there? And which one do you do?
grass finish doesn't mean it was grass fed or pasture raised. Grass finish means that they were actually grain fed and then finished it with grass, so you could try and artificially call it grass finish fed. But no, these are complete pasture raised and grass fed animals that are the purest and cleanest that you could possibly get into commerce.
So
Um,
the ideal, the best, and it's what you have is pasture raised from the
correct.
beginning the whole time. Whereas when people say grass finished, it, like you say, it means they raise them on the unhealthy grains to begin with. The grains are
Correct.
just as unhealthy for the cows as they are for us,
Correct.
but at the last minute, just before they're slaughtered, they're given a little bit of grain to try and purge the body of the harmful effects of the grains. But it's not as effective or effective at all compared to a whole lifetime of pasture raised, grass fed. So
Sure.
um,
And also just the pasture raised is also an aspect of the grazing of the cow, the space, the air, the environment. So again, the cow is going to have again a more healthy overall picture than if it's in a tight space, if it's in an enclosed space. You can get the picture of imagine a long field where they're just grazing and they have space to move and they're growing in their natural environment. So you get a much better product. Now into your concept or the concept of omega-3, beef is one of the highest, it has a lot of omega-3s, which is one of the, and you can put an exclamation point on this, doctor, one of the best things a person can have, obviously. So if you are counteracting that with omega-6s, which would come with some of the drawbacks of the hormones and the grain fed, you're kind of like canceling out some of the benefit. So that's really what we're trying to avoid, and we're just trying to give you the purest product, the best, cleanest product that we can possibly can.
Yeah, yeah, and just to recap for our audience, we've talked about this before on the show, but omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are both required for life, and typically omega-3 fatty acids are very healthy, and they come from typically animal sources, and a lot of times fish, but also meat as well. Omega-6s, on the other hand, are not so healthy, especially when we got high levels, and they come from plant sources like grains and seed oils. And the problem is that we're out of balance. And today, the amount of omega-6, the bad kind, compared to omega-3, the ratio should be just about equal, but instead it's orders of magnitude greater, 10, 20 times more in our bodies, which drives oxidation, it drives inflammation. It has a lot of untoward effects. Well, we always hear the term organic regarding plants. Does that apply to farming at all, the animal farming of beef?
Yes. The word organic, though, is a little more tougher to achieve because with the USDA, you actually have to prove it. So we actually, I'd rather, instead of proving that they are organic, I like to go for, because as it is, we're paying already 30 to 40% more for the meat as being a grass-fed and pasture-raised, which by definition, then they're going to be a lot more organic as it gets without claiming organic.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that is and it's close to my heart. As when was it? I think it was about 25 years ago when I was introduced the first time to the concept of healthier alternatives, and I had no idea, I had no understanding in it whatsoever, but I took it to the next level and I said, okay, let me study a little more. And then I took a break, and then I Then all of a sudden I was introduced to energy healing, which I've been doing now for about 17 years, and realizing what people are deficient in and what helps people, and understanding it. So when this opportunity of Joburg came up to me, God sent me right into it, and gave me this opportunity and said, "Hey, this is your mission. Go do this. Create an opportunity for people to have a clean meat snack opportunity. Whatever the product is going to be, whether it's just a steak snack or whether it's a salami or a whole muscle product, which is like braciola or one of those type of whole muscle products, make it clean label. How many people out there that are part of the audience here that feel just like me and you and you, Big John, that are like, I'd love to have it, but I can't because those chemicals scare the living daylights out of me. The nitrates, the nitrites, all that stuff. It's like I can't even think of it.
Yeah,
So
so
when you
there,
come in, in my vision has been, I want to make the best products out there, and at the same time keep it as clean to the core as possible while giving you a better experience than you would have had with the standard day-to-day products that you're looking at. And this is what our team, our goal, and this is what our mission is, and we look forward to delivering it above and beyond the call of duty and being able to deliver on multiple lines of it, not just on the products that you see in front of you. Yes, doctor. You're
yeah,
looking
no,
at me. You want to?
oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, totally agree. So it's almost like beef. Beef in itself, it tends to be healthy, but you can eat essentially junk food versions of it that are full of grains and omega-6s and glyphosate and all these other things and nitrates and stuff with the with some of the products. Or you can have more a healthy version, which is organic, no hormones, no
Correct.
grains. It's grass fed and everything, and that's what you're going for. That's really good. I have one other question. We always hear about regenerative farming versus regular farming. Is that the same as organic, or how does that fit in?
Oh, that is such a beautiful topic. But Big John, I think you would do better on answering that one on the regenerative. Um, I love it because it's I know it's a discussion we're talking about these days about regenerative versus the current market and the current farming that's out there, which is all about, disposable uh farming.
So it's a big word, and it would require a lot more than this particular conversation. But I will sum it up like this: the same way you want the healthy animals, you want animals the cleanest possible. Regenerative farming is you want the soil to be as clean as possible, and the soil has been, I'm going to say, blessed by God to bring out incredible nutrients and life. And the soil, you put a little seed in the soil and it becomes a tree, it becomes a plant, it becomes unbelievable things. But there's ways in which we abuse the soil. We don't allow it to breathe, and it doesn't. Regenerative means basically that the soil has nutrients in it in itself, and if you use the soil in a proper way and you allow it to have the space to quote regenerate its nutrients, then you're going to get more nutrient dense foods that are going to be better for people. But if you deplete the soil because you're abusing it, you get the same thing as, so to speak, the animals that are being abused. It's all about abuse, and the opposite, which is to give it the best possible outcome, to keep its nutrients and the food nutrient dense. That's really it in a summary.
So
You're
it seems
changing
like,
God's
go ahead.
you're changing God's structure. God gave DNA and you decided to change it.
Yeah. And so it sounds like farming with raising animals with pasture raised is in a sense it's closer to that regenerative ideal because they're eating grass that comes from the soil rather than mass produced GMO grains and corn and soybeans basically, and it's a much healthier healthier thing. So excited about that. Well, maybe could you guys let's talk specifically about your company, Joburg Meats. Yeah, what's going on there? And we've talked about a little bit about your philosophy on it. Where are you located? How'd you get the name Joburg?
Yeah, cute. Joburg originally is actually a brand that is based on Johannesburg and the theme of Johannesburg. So that's where Joburg came in from. And so Joburg is originally, which right now it says on it biltong, which actually I think believe in Dutch means steak snack or steak slices, dried steak snacks. And Americans are not really familiar with the word biltong as much, but it's originally the Dutch when they came over to South Africa, kind of introduced the biltong in South Africa. So when one of my partners is actually South African and he came here, he's like, I miss it. Because one thing with the South Africans, their culture is so strong and so embedded that when they come here, it's like it's almost like you as an American going to South Africa and going, "Where's my French toast?" Well, or French fries, even though they're both French. It's two French words that are really American and not French. Yeah.
So the meat is from the U.S. then, or is it from all over the world, or it's based in the U.S.? Is that correct?
The meat is actually sourced from South America because
Oh,
South
okay.
America can give us a much cleaner product for what we're doing. In America, I don't want to say it this way, being politically correct, or the corruption in the farming and everything else that's going on, it cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
American beef are for those that are looking for the fattier meats that are they going for more for that steak that they put on a grill rather than a product that they're looking for a good healthy alternative and a natural good food, which is what we're bringing to the table.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, I've got some of it here. I would like to do a taste test right now, and let's see how it goes.
You got you opened up the hot one.
Yeah,
That's a spicy one.
This is a spicy one, but it's here it is. The thing I notice about it immediately, maybe it's just me, but it's soft and tender. In other words, a lot of times if I eat, if I eat kind of like beef jerky type products,
you're tearing it off.
Yeah, they're very hard and they, the roof of my mouth gets scratched and everything. So this is soft and chewy. I love it. I love the flavor. I love the fact that there is 0 sugar, 16 grams of protein per serving.
Actually, it's 32. There's 32 grams in a bag.
In a bag, okay.
Yeah.
And this is per serving. Yeah. So it's great. And the ingredients are basically just beef and then some spices, really, and salt. So
and notice if you're looking at it, notice the let's see the bag a second.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the back and the ingredients, you'll see we're using the ingredients. We're using apple cider vinegar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar was a choice one for both the flavor and for the health benefits that the apple cider vinegar actually contributes to the product as well. Apple cider vinegar, I'm sure, Doctor, you could talk about its health benefits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, it's clearly. And I love the fact that, a lot of these, a lot of the, the beef snack type products, you look at them and there's a long ingredient list on them. Again, they're basically junk food. And this really doesn't have it. So congratulations, guys. You've done a great job with this product. I want to have you back on the program and talk about this some more, and I'm going to sample the other flavors and get into it. But we're almost out of time today, so maybe we could just end up. Can you tell everybody how they can find out about your product? Is it for sale? Where can they buy it? Amazon or Whole Foods
Direct.
or where?
Best is direct from us.
That's direct. Okay.
Yeah. Not directly from our website.
Yes.
Yeah. Joburg Meats, JOBURGMEATS.com. Dr. Lufkin, I think you'll have a link.
Yeah,
available.
We'll put it in the. Yeah,
Yes.
We'll put it in the show notes for sure.
And then we have a special. They can put in Dr. DRLUFKIN and get 10% off their order.
Great.
To try. So that's amazing. We want to help your audience, and we just want to be a part and be there for them. I know that as much as we want to have 3 meals cooked in a kitchen a day or 2 or less, but the reality is that people are working, we're traveling, they need good, healthy snacks to be on the road. They're traveling on a plane. They're here. This will get you through it. And again, it's Joburg Meats, JOBURGMEATS.com. And would love to have you join our family.
So yeah, number one, thank you, Dr. Lufkin,
Thank you
for bringing us on as guests. Especially, we feel honored that we could be a product that you would enjoy to actually introduce to your audience, and the trust that you have in us. It really means a lot to us. And I would like to share with your audience that you've shown the spicy peri-peri spicy bag. There are 2 other flavors, which is the traditional flavor along with the black pepper. Do you have those bags with you over there as well?
They're not. I don't have them right in front of me now, but they're.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to taste them.
Yes. So they can order those. You can see those on the website as well. And just as a teaser, we are coming up with 3 to 4 new flavors that are going to be on the website as well, hopefully in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And that is going to be an absolute surprise, and you're going to love it, I guarantee.
Great. Yeah. And I've actually got them on my website too. So if you forget the link, you can go there and get the discount too as well. So again, well, thanks so much, John, Yuda. It's been wonderful, and thank you for the great work you're doing. This is a great product.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to joining again and to going through some more ideas and some more of your thoughts and where we can go with this and how we can help your audience.
Great.
100%.
Likewise.
A pleasure. Thank you again, Doc.
If you're enjoying this program, please hit that subscribe button, or even better, leave a review. Your support makes it possible for us to create the quality programming that we're continually striving for.
Can I start? Is it recording?
It's already recording.
Oh, sorry. This is for general information and educational purposes only, and it's not intended to constitute or substitute for medical advice or counseling, the practice of medicine, or the provision of healthcare, diagnosis, or treatment, or the creation of a physician-patient or clinical relationship. The use of this information is at their own user's risk. If you find this to be on the value, please hit that like button to subscribe to support the work that we do on this channel. And we take your suggestions and advice very seriously, so please let us know what you'd like to see on this channel. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time. You should say that.
That's good. You like it? You want to do it one more time? Or is that good?
You need to save the recording.